It is the RIOT on RadioU.
Happy good morning podcast or good day.
Well, happy top of the morning to you.
Thanks for listening to the podcast today.
I am so hungry, and Nikki has brought something in here. It smells good. I've got to go eat.
I can't tell whenever I make it if you think it smells good, but it's I drink bone broth sometimes, and this is a chicken bone broth. And so it's like having chicken soup with nothing in it.
Yum.
Which is actually quite nice. It's nice in your throat and stuff. It's good.
Yeah, that's what you tell yourself. I want the whole chicken.
I want something else in there.
So, stuff in today's show, we talk about, we got an international candy package you'll hear about. I eat some of it because I'm still hungry.
Oh, thank you. Is it Jenny?
Jenny, she's
Jenny,
in the box.
Thank you so much for sending the items from South Korea for us. Are some of them? It seems like some of the Kit Kats are from Japan as well.
Well, maybe it just is Korean and Japanese.
You just get both.
I don't know. But so there's that. We talk about football, cheap cable, the reason you can't follow TV shows well, Nike, Movie Pass, gym shoes, Popeyes chicken, XFL.
Actually, we have a lot of different stuff we normally don't talk about.
Variety we don't normally feature.
Yeah, you get that today.
So you guys enjoyed today's podcast. I got to go eat.
Tomorrow's podcast will feature Lennox, one of our favorite bands on Radio U. So look forward to that. And if you want to check out more Radio U Riot on Facebook, you can also follow us at Radio U Riot on YouTube. We always have lots of extra videos you can watch if you want to take that next step and not just see or hear the riot, but you want to see it too.
Yeah. Hey, I got to order a case for my Mac.
Yeah.
Should I get a colored case or should I get a clear one?
I have a clear one, which I like, because then you could add stickers and they kind of...
Yeah, because like I am getting a space gray one.
Yeah.
So that it will have color.
It will, but I think you should get a clear one.
Okay. I'll just do whatever you think. That works.
And that's why the show's been on for so long.
Just whatever Nikki thinks. Fine. You guys have a great day.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
The Riot. They're kind of a big deal.
Hey, can we do that again? Maybe a little more energy?
No. Radio U.
Pretty exciting that Nikki and I came into work and found a bomb today.
Well, it's not, but it's a box. What's in the box?
We said that we weren't going to just open boxes on the air anymore, but here we are. You know why I feel like it's safer? Because it's from a military base.
Is it?
Yeah, isn't that what that is? The APO? Isn't that a military post office box?
I think so.
Okay. Well, I love to. She must be overseas. It's from Jenny. And on the declaration, candy.
That's our style. That's safe. We know no one's going to hurt us with that.
Well, you love it.
Even though I told Obi, what if it's a candy bomb?
Well, if you had to go.
Then at the funeral, they're like, well, there was no better way for them to go than a candy bomb.
You had to go. You might as well go with candy.
I wonder what's in here, but it doesn't show where she's at, or...
Well, no, because that's the thing about the
military base. Yeah. You could tell us. Maybe it's on the note.
Maybe it is.
We won't tell.
All right, look, there's a ton of stuff in here. Like, a ton.
We'll probably be able to tell by the candy.
That looks like Hiragan. I think... Is this Japanese, maybe? All right.
We don't have scissors, so it's very hard for us to open the box.
Well, after what happened last time, we're not allowed to have scissors.
So I don't know where the scissors went.
Oh, Nikki!
Is it South Korea?
Yep.
Japan?
Korea. Hello from Korea. I have to admit, one of my first thoughts after getting here was that I needed to send a snack assortment back to you guys.
Oh, that's a good listener right there.
Even though thanks to the time difference, I now get the Riot via podcast, it'll still be fun to hear your reactions. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what most of these flavors are.
We'll have to Google Translate.
Google Translate has a hard time with Korean characters.
Oh, it does?
Good luck. Real talk, you guys are awesome. I'll forever be grateful for the atmosphere. Quirk 10 years ago, they'll let my car radio pick up the Seattle station long enough. I live far away to recognize a TFK song. Then hear it streamed online. I've listened in dozens of states on 4 continents.
Whoa!
And every conceivable hour of the day, thanks to the quirks of the job. You've introduced me to some of my favorite artists and pretty much replaced any other radio source. My workout T-shirts are now exclusively an accumulation of fundraisers.
Or T-shirts.
Most of all the messages there. Thanks for all you do. God bless Jenny.
That is so sweet.
Isn't that awesome? And dude, for
we
real,
like boxes
she
of candy.
Absolutely packed this thing full. And Nikki loves everything Korean.
I do. That's official.
Which I actually have another Korean story for her later.
Okay.
But she probably already knows it.
Well, you can always tell me while I'm snacking on some snacks. Ooh,
that doesn't look good.
Well,
but Kit Kats! Listen, Let's just eat, like, you know how you're supposed to...
Let's just go with the Kit Kat.
Oh, my gosh, there's
That's
so many Kit
Kats.
There's like a lemon one and a leaf one.
A leaf.
Peach mint. Okay. And...
Is that red bean?
Okinawa souvenir. Is that red bean, do you think?
I can't... Yeah, we're going to have to do some translating there.
I have no idea what
it looks like
is.
a purple mousse, like a... What's the purple thing? Not eggplant. No,
Is it a purple mouse?
No. It'll come to me. Well, that is so sweet of you, Jenny. We'll do our research, and then we'll do a Riot food fight.
Yogurt.
We've done South Korea before, but we'll do a Jenny edition.
I'm just going to tell you.
It's mostly going to be Kit Kats.
I just want to eat these Kit Kats right now.
Well, you can. We'll open up one and we'll have it, but then save the rest.
What is that?
We'll look at it later.
What? No, don't you guys want to hear us puzzling over this on the air?
We'll unbox everything later.
It's fine radio, I'll tell you.
Just listen to us as we go through this box.
Well, you know what? I do. You're right. What's today?
Today's Thursday.
So we deserve a treat. So we'll have some Kit Kats from Korea.
Thank you, Jenny. That is so sweet to send all that to us.
And we have some coffee. That sounds good. Foreign Kit Kats, South Korean Kit Kats, and coffee.
No better treat to start the day.
Let me pinch myself. I'm not sure if I'm awake.
Aren't you glad you got up?
The Riot has now been downloaded. I hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Now, Nikki, you're huge into K-pop, right?
No, but
Don't you have a boyfriend pillow?
No, I do not.
Be honest. We're not gonna judge you.
We're not judging. It's a body pillow. It's a body pillow
that has your boyfriend's picture on it. And you take it places.
Well, I have it in the car, but you never know when you want to take a nap.
That's right.
No,
I know. Plus, he gets mad if you leave him home all the time. Like, Nikki's embarrassed that they're in a relationship.
No, I do watch a ton of South Korean TV shows, and it makes its way into that.
All right. Well, according to Soompi, that's BTS's record label. They're saying that BTS, which is one of the biggest boy bands in Korea, South Korea, North Korea, the biggest boy is Kim Jong-un. And
so their label is called Big Hit.
Big Hit Entertainment.
Yeah.
It's BHE, Big Hit Entertainment. The fact that you didn't put the entertainment on there
means I'm not a fan.
You must not really be a BTS.
Apparently.
You're not part of the BTS army, I can tell you that.
Okay, I forgot that part.
Well, they say that next year we can look forward to a BTS K-drama that is all about what's happening in the BTS universe.
But I saw the news on this. It has nothing to do with them.
What are you talking about?
It doesn't have anything to do with them.
But it does. They're in it.
They're not in it. I don't think they're in it.
I think they are.
I don't think they're in it. I think it's just around it. Does that make sense?
No.
They're not in it.
Wait. Okay. Wait. Is this their version of
using the name to make something that's not actually with them in it?
You mean like Gotham? Where they're like,
pretty much
everything but Batman is in this movie, Batman show.
Even though it's really kind of about the Batman world.
Krypton, everything about Superman is in this show except Superman. Right?
Yeah, so I think that's the exact way to say it. Like, they're themselves not in it, but it's about the universe around it.
Okay. But I have friends, foolishly, but it does happen, that try to convince me that, no, you don't understand. It's really good.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything else on it.
Do you think that, would you fall in the, listen, you're going to love it. You love BTS boy band stuff.
You love K-pop. Why wouldn't you love it?
Why wouldn't you love this?
I'm not sure. I'll have to, they haven't filmed it or anything, so I haven't seen.
But you're open to it.
And you know what's really sad? My K-drama sort of intake has really gone down recently.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, but I'm just not watching as much. Right. And Netflix, though, has done really well on picking up more.
They have.
Shows
Amazon
from Korea.
Is done more, too.
Amazon's done a few more, and then I've gotten into some stuff from Japan a bit more, and I don't know.
Well, okay. So what are you currently subscribing to that is just for the dramas?
Vicky, which is one.
Who's she?
It's It's just a site. It's a thing.
Okay.
So that's the only one I have outside of like Netflix and Amazon. Okay. But I mean, we're doing that for all the shows.
So things we've learned. 1, Nikki has a boyfriend pillow. 2, Nikki already knew
that I carry around
the
with me.
deep inside BTS knowledge.
Already knew the information.
And 3, she has another digital subscription that she has not been telling us about.
No, I told you that. I've had that for years.
Okay.
Years.
You say so.
A Rotten Tomatoes score so high, they refuse to make it public. The Riot on Radio U.
Yesterday, Nikki, I encountered somebody that encountered something that we'd encountered online.
What was it?
It goes like this.
It's a lot of encountering.
Oh, you're not kidding. Yesterday, Nikki and I learned for the very first time about a reason to go to Outback Steakhouse. Up until now, we've never wanted to go.
But we knew, like, okay,
we
Bloomin'
know about the
Onion.
Bloomin' Onion, okay?
That seems to be the article that Outback pushes out enough for us to know what it is.
All right, here's our Bloomin' Onion eating contest. And
things like that.
just whatever. That's all they have.
So we would see articles concerning it.
Well, yesterday we found out about Bloomin' Chicken.
So it's basically a grilled chicken breast that's deep fried in the Bloomin' Onion batter, and then using the sauce and stuff. And it looked, at least from its pictures, it looked so good.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh. Fried chicken sounds so good.
Yesterday, I met a guy who told me, hey, I listened to your show. That alone, it was like, wow,
That's
really?
impressive.
And then after
He's a real
that,
person.
Yes, I know. It's not just our moms. And he told me that he had encountered the Bloomin' Onion at the Outback.
Wait, the Bloomin' Chicken or the Bloomin' Onion?
Chicken. Sorry, Bloomin' Chicken.
Did he have it?
And that it was amazing.
Really? It's just not close
Said it
to
wasn't,
us.
Well, it wasn't him. It was a member of his family. But, I mean, he was in proximity, I guess.
Close enough.
But word on the street is the Bloomin' Chicken is about to bloom in our hearts.
I just want to wait for a unhappy employee to make their way online.
No, I don't want that.
Or there's probably the Bloomin' Onion recipe, and then you just coat chicken with it. So there, we made it.
No, Nikki, I don't want to work. That's restaurants are built around a very simple principle, and that is you're too lazy to make your own food, and so you'll pay someone else to do it.
If I'm too lazy to go to the restaurant, isn't that the shame?
Yeah, but what about your dash and go thing you got going?
I guess I could.
You're always not Groupon
No,
Eats.
I want fried chicken.
Uber Eats. You're always getting food dropped off at your house. Do you even go out anymore?
But I feel like the fried chicken, I need it right like when it comes out.
Oh,
I don't want the car
absolutely.
trip to my house.
Absolutely, which is why we need to go there soon.
You want to do a lunch? Is that it?
Are they open right now?
Are they open at lunch?
Are they open at breakfast?
No, I don't think they're open at breakfast.
Man, I went
Does
to.
anybody work there? Can we just come in?
Could you get us a free Bloomin' Chicken?
No,
is
we
it
don't
the
need,
money?
We don't
is it
need
the money?
free.
Is that the thing?
We can just go in, even if it's not like Bloomin' hours.
Do you want them to chew it for you and spit it in your mouth? Is it
my
the chewing
gosh.
that's too much work?
No, it's not.
Hey,
I don't
what do
see you going.
Well, that's because you weren't there when I went.
Did not go.
You don't know that because you
I know that.
weren't with me.
No, I know that.
Okay.
Well, we'll. Okay. You know they're best of friends when they can do that. Okay.
Just saying.
Oh, great.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So when you sit down and watch TV, what do you do while you watch TV? You play with your phone, right?
You're either looking at stuff, you're playing a game, have it there.
That's a thing that people do. Well, according to this survey, a lot of people, or more people, and this survey says 2/3 of people, that's 66%.
That's pretty good.
Of people say that they have a hard time following complicated plots on TV shows, and it's because they're looking at their phone.
Do you think you'd realize while you're doing maybe you're not as interested in the show because you don't feel like you're following along with it, but you're doing that yourself because you're checking your phone?
I'll just tell you right now, this is my thing these days, is that if I'm watching a show and I constantly want to check my phone, I just quit watching it.
You don't like the show then?
No, it's not good enough.
But what if the show is good enough, but you shouldn't have started with your phone in the first place?
Well, I mean, at that point, if the show's good enough, put my phone down.
No, you don't even have the phone there to begin with as a temptation.
Oh,
it's a siren's call. It's just calling for you to pick up. So you're always thinking about picking up, even if you're just watching the show?
Well, I will say that sometimes while sitting there, if my phone's within arm's reach, it's like...
It's a habit.
Yeah, it's absolutely a habit. So I have done that where I'll take my phone, turn the ringer back on, put it on the other side of the room. And the idea is if somebody is in desperate, I'm going to die circumstances, they will call. But otherwise...
You're not tempted to.
I can just watch the thing that I'm sitting there watching. Though I will tell you, like last night I was watching a movie. We're so trained. I had a thought. I was like, I should tweet it. And I was like, no, don't tweet it.
Do it after you're done.
Watch this movie. Don't tweet it. And here's my concern with this, Nikki. The last thing I need is them. There are so many things in the world that we continue to dumb down. Mm-hmm. TV's already pretty dumb.
Well, I think they're just trying to hope that they can fit more commercial products into it without us noticing. So I think that's the only way they'll be dumbing it down.
I don't like the idea of like, oh yeah, you know what? Here, just we've got this dumber show that you can watch now, and we'll explain it to you. That's, to be completely honest, that's one of the things I can't stand about most network TV is they treat you like you're stupid. So you'll have a character explain something, then you have another character asking questions. And then the character explains it again. And then 3 more times, they'll explain it to you. Like,
just in case.
He's sick. We should go to the hospital. Why do you think we should go to the hospital? He's sick. Oh, what's a hospital? It's a building where all the doctors are. We should go there.
So this is called second screening, where you're looking at 2 screens at once. And if you're in, America or Canada.
I'm in America.
You're about 66% of people do that. If you're in the UK, 74%. And if you're in Australia, 68% using, both screens.
Yeah, well, it's a thing. So, that's I wanted to be a better person this year. So I'm trying to, just watch TV.
Is this your goal? Well, they said that sometimes the shows you're watching might be the cause of it. So if you're watching more interactive programming where you're voting,
you're texting and voting.
Yeah, you're texting, you're voting someone off. They are encouraging you to tweet about it. Then you're more likely to have the distractions for other shows because you're just so used to always having it with you.
I don't watch shows where they do that.
You don't? Then you'd probably fare better than others.
You know what? It's fine if you do. It's fine. But I don't care who stays or goes on the island. It's all fake.
The Riot is well-versed on many different topics.
They're shy at first, but they're quite skilled at conversation.
This is The Riot on RadioU.
Next week, college football starts.
It does. Oh, my gosh. Where did all the time go, guys?
I know.
We're already back to that.
So you know what that makes me realize?
Good way.
Right. I do not currently have a way
subscription
to watch
program?
College football. Yeah.
Are you going to go back to Sling, or what do you think?
Probably.
And you have a few weeks. Like, it's hard because the first couple of games, aren't they more like locally or small network airings?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. And then it starts kicking into, network TVs.
Yeah. Okay. What we're going to have to do, Nikki, we're just going to have to do some digging.
You want to do some research?
We're going to have to figure it out, see where we're at. I see Sling is here. They're offering 40% off on your first month.
I asked Eric, because, he likes college football, too. I said, do you want to go back to Sling for the couple of months, or just we can put an antenna back up or something and watch it live?
Yeah, I still have an antenna in my DVR at home, so like local stuff. But as you were saying,
it's not always on there.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Well, that's when your friends, you got to band together. Someone has a login for this. Someone has a login for that. You can all get together and watch it together.
The other thing that I could do is my cable company offers a 10-channel a la carte package.
Don't fall for that again. You're not doing that.
Why?
Because
it's the same price.
Yeah, but isn't that what you did last season with your cable thing? Or did you do was it the Dish thing or what?
No, I did Dish for 3 or 4 months because I got a free Apple TV. That was actually a great deal. Because it was Direct TV Now.
That's it.
So you had to pay 3 months in advance, which was $100. So I got a $200 Apple TV, 3 months of the service. And like that ended up being a great deal last fall, but I got to move on now.
They won't let you back in?
No. And I'll tell you what, my cable company, you're right. They're like, maybe we have him. No.
They're going to call you later today because they heard us talking about it. They want you to get that in a home phone.
A friend of a friend of a friend heard you saying that.
Maybe you're interested in coming back to us for a little bit.
Let's see. Adam says PS View has the Big Ten network. Sling does not. Yeah, but like, isn't PSView really expensive? They just raised their prices, right? I'm trying to do this as cheaply as possible. Yeah.
You know, if you want to, you can hop on, and there's several sites where someone will just hold their phone up to the game, and you can just watch that way.
So here's the question.
You're watching someone's phone.
Here's what we need to do, Nikki. You and I need to just go ahead.
Just print the schedule of the games you want.
How much does it cost to get more than one stream? We'll just split it.
For what, on Sling?
Yeah, we'll just each get a stream. That'll never work, because then it'll be like, it's like a drug. Once cable gets in, everyone has to be on a different TV watching a different thing.
Right now, I switched from Sling to, is it Philo? I switched to that one.
But there's like no sports on that, right?
I don't think there's hardly, if any, sports, but you can check, or I can log in and look too.
Philo. It's better than TV.
Stop
lying. It's TV.
It's just another thing, but it does the trick, you know?
Let's see.
Fine.
Philo has A&E, Comedy Central, HGTV, and Hallmark. Oh, that's all you need.
I know, that's
Food
all.
Network, HGTV, and Hallmark. That's everything that you're looking for.
That's all that I watch. So I'm good with it, but I don't know if there's any sports.
This says 58 channels for $20 a month, and there are no sports. Mm-hmm. There are, however, 3 different Hallmark networks.
There are.
This thing must be owned by Viacom. These are all Viacom channels.
And I love it.
It's fine.
But I don't think that'll help you with, since it doesn't have sports channels.
That's not going to work. All right, it's fine.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Okay, it looks like, first off, everyone's offering advice, and I hate to be a punk, but all of you are quoting way lower prices at me than this stuff actually costs.
Well, so, okay, college football starts next weekend, not this weekend.
That's right.
But Obi's starting the dance that he does every college football
every year,
season.
Nikki, every year.
We turn off a lot of streaming services during the year, but it has to come back during college football because you need a way to watch the games.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we're doing. You're finding the one that you want to sign up with for the season.
I'm just trying to figure out, what am I going to do? And so someone was saying Hulu is $30 a month. Hulu TV is $45 a month. YouTube TV is $50.
When did that get so much?
$50.
That's expensive.
Why? Okay, just get cable.
That's the unpopular opinion, but you could.
Well, it is, but it's the same.
Cable would be cheaper.
It would be, because, oh gosh, I'm going to say it out loud.
Don't watch what you're going to say. Watch it.
I could bundle.
Oh my gosh. You don't say things like that on this show.
I'm just saying. Like, remember, cutting cable was supposed to be the way we save money. Now I got to pay the cable company $1 billion a month for internet, and YouTube thinks they're going to get $50. Who the heck do they think they are?
Easy there. It's upsetting. This is why we don't like this time of year. I mean, we like the football part, but not this.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead. Do you know that locally I can hear all of the Ohio State Buckeyes games on the radio?
Oh, could you? Close your eyes and imagine.
Not on RadioU, and I know what you're saying. You never go off brand. You never suggest listening to something else.
That's when you know you're really cutting costs for the whole fall. You're like, I can't watch the games. I can only listen to them.
Hey, man, a job I used to have, it was that way.
Yeah.
They would not let us watch, like have any kind of a TV or screen on at all, but you'd have the game on the radio.
Keith mentioned, you just always go to a place and watch the game and get some wings.
You know what? I appreciate where you're coming from.
If you go maybe out of like not a big chain, maybe if you found a nice smaller place, that might be more fun.
I appreciate where you're coming from, but I don't want to. I mean, heck, okay. Rather than say go to B-Dubs and watch the game, I would just go 10 minutes. There's a college not far from me. I'll just sneak into one of the common areas and
just watch there.
Just watch it there.
They'd be like, "Sir, are you a student?" You're like, "Yes, I am."
I'm like, no,
of the world.
I'm the janitor. Or
Adam texted back and said PSView is $55 a month.
Okay,
so everything seems to be around that.
Well, Nikki, that's where they got you.
That's where they're going to get you. Dang it. So you pick whatever you want, though.
No, I'm a cheapskate. I pick whatever I can scam the cheapest.
Okay, so then maybe we should go back to talk about splitting Sling for the season.
How many views do you get with YouTube TV?
Yeah, or we could split that one if you want.
Riot watches TV at gmail.com.
And then you're like, are you guys sharing? No, we're not. Absolutely not.
You said we could have sign in from all these different places. That's what you said.
I'm up for it. I'll try it.
We suck so bad.
No, we don't.
In case you're wondering, yes, we do get complaints.
They have gone too far. This time, they are going to be held accountable.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
The people at Nike, who look a lot like your name, but it's not the same.
Nike and Nikki, well, you could see, it's close.
Mm-hmm. They have released, they released on Monday, and they are all sold out, by the way, the My Feels Air Max 270s.
Okay.
They hit on Monday. There were $180. They sold out, and they were shoes that were made by Nike and co-designed by Liz Beecroft, who she says is a mental health advocate. I'm not familiar with her. Maybe some of you are. But the idea was they raise awareness about mental health, and then some of the proceeds go to the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. On the surface, it's fine. But here's the thing that gets me sometimes, is that I feel like brands, I know everybody does it, but they're just looking for any way to score points with whatever's popular at any given moment.
That'll always happen.
So mental health awareness is kind of the new hotness. I don't know if you guys have noticed. We talked about it a lot on the Riot. That's because I struggle with depression. I take antidepressants, I go to therapy, et cetera, et cetera. I'm telling you that because I don't want you to think that I'm on the outside throwing stones. I'm from the inside throwing stones. So at least there's that.
And you're allowed to when you're on the inside.
Right? I'm just saying. But I mean, every time a brand is like, oh, we want to support blank, I'm like, no, you don't want to support me. You want to give me the illusion of support, so I will continue to buy your $200 shoes.
But maybe not in all cases if maybe it has an advocate or a person who's working with it. So for this, they're saying, 1 in 5 Americans have a mental health condition. But the stigma around it, to where is it talked about, is what the creator of this Nike shoe wants to talk about. So on the back of the shoes, it says "In My Feels," and it's the green color, which is associated with mental health awareness.
And the Nike swoosh is a squiggly line as it kind of goes through. Again, you know what? I just feel like, okay, I'm in my feels here because I feel complicated about it. So I feel like maybe just by discussing it and how I'm feeling about it, I'm participating in it.
And they want people to have a conversation about it. So they say that healing is not linear, that our feelings are valid. We're not alone. It's okay to feel the feels, is what she was saying about these shoes. And you notice someone wearing them, or someone says, oh, what are you wearing? What is it about? And you can share the mental health awareness.
Yeah. I got really depressed when I couldn't afford the $180 shoes.
That is its own thing, and don't get too deep into that.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you guys want to, Nike, do you want to have that conversation?
No one wants to have that conversation.
Do you guys want to talk about how I felt singled out as a person of lower income that couldn't participate in the $180 shoes to start the conversation?
You're not the only one in that group. I think a majority of people.
And, the other side of it could be said that maybe this really is them trying to do something nice. And every time somebody does something nice, there's somebody there to mock the nice thing they're trying to do. I don't know which one.
Not mock it, but just analyze it.
Poke holes in it?
No, analyze it. And it's hard because for Nike or for any other company, we know the shoe is not $180.
Come on.
We know.
But it's for charity.
But if money is going, you don't know how much, so...
It's complicated, isn't it?
It is.
It's complicated.
You're just not supposed to analyze it.
How about this for mental health awareness? You got a friend that you know struggles? Check in on them. And if you got a friend that seems too happy, check in on them too.
Give them a hug.
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the Riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I feel like we've spent roughly the last 30 minutes just we've been circling the drain, but the drain is that I'm just a cheapskate. I mean,
no, you are
frugal.
You're an OB.
Yeah. So
you're just Obadiah.
I'm always on the lookout for ways to do things I like, but on the cheap. It becomes a meta game for me where it's just about, it's like, yeah, you save $3. Bro. $3.
But I think you like the game part of it, but then on other things you don't mind spending money and you don't question, or it's not the game for other things.
Says the man with the Yeti mug. Captain Smug. Captain must be rolling in money to carry such an expensive mug.
Yes, that's how it is.
So in the middle of all of this savings, last year I was one of those people that signed up for MoviePass.
Yeah.
$9.99 a month, a movie a day, keeps the doctor away, and I abused the system. And by abused, I mean I actually used the system or the service I was paying for.
Because you could go to a movie a day.
Yeah, so I saw a ton of movies because you could use MoviePass at any theater. Like I had a blast with it. Avengers Infinity War changed everything. Because that's when all of a sudden they were like, yeah, you can use it, but every other day.
I actually remember that weekend because you came back on Monday and you're like, hey, everybody started talking about how come they could not use MoviePass to get into Avengers. Like, what was the deal? And then you could not use it to go see it twice.
Right.
Once
then
you
it was
saw
just
the
one
movie,
time was all you got.
It was done, and that started that downfall.
We all started down there. Well, MoviePass, they're falling apart over there, and the word keeps coming about like of the shadiest stuff that they were doing. Like sometimes they would just be like, shut the servers off. We'll just tell people it's downtime.
They did that recently.
And then, they can't use the service. Our bad.
They did that during the 4th of July weekend, and wasn't it down for a while because they were saying, we're upgrading things.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you just picked the biggest movie weekend and
so you
week,
wouldn't have to pay.
So you wouldn't have to pay.
It's crazy. Well, now we find out that MoviePass had a security breach, and they're telling people basically, maybe just cancel your credit cards because... I think they got everything.
Well, they said first check your statements, which you should do. Just use the app and check whatever your charges are. And then they go one step further and say it might actually better to change your credit card.
Just go ahead and cancel it.
It's that much.
It's no big deal, to do that. So that's what I do.
Are you going to, or that's a lot of work?
No, I think I actually paid for that with the credit card that I lost. So I've already
that's good.
It.
That worked out.
Yeah.
You see the silver lining on that one? That's
silver
great.
Silver lining.
You're not going back to MoviePass ever, so they won't get any other card number.
No, I'm not. I will no longer be a MoviePass subscriber. Yeah. So thank you, MoviePass.
But if you are, or you still have that credit card, you're going to want to take a look.
Go take a look. Because shockingly enough, here we are more than a year after you've canceled.
They're still getting you.
And you still have a problem with MoviePass.
What I like is, we hear about data breaches all the time for credit cards and your personal information and your logins and your passwords and stuff. And I don't know about others, but when I hear it, I'm like, it's, you'll deal with it if something happens. With MoviePass and how bad it was, you're actually kind of worried. You might want to.
That's actually true.
You might want to be proactive because if something does happen, it very well might be from MoviePass.
I believe it.
I gave during the last fundraiser, and all I got was this crappy morning show. This is The Riot on listener-supported Radio U.
I lift weights. I'm not bragging. And if you saw a photo of me, you'd understand. I'm not bragging. It's just something I do.
You like doing it, though.
I actually like doing it. It is probably, I lift weights and run more for mental health than anything else. And I don't know about anybody else, but dude, when I pick up a weight and it's heavy, there's so many things in life where you have to be careful. Don't I have this tendency ever since I was a kid. I slam doors. I touch too hard, push things too hard. Like with weights, it doesn't matter. You can push as hard as you want. You're not going to break it. You're not going to whatever. It just feels like this space where you can just completely let go. And the only thing you have to think about is pushing really hard. And I like that. So I had a friend of mine who wanted to start lifting weights. And they're like, I don't have any experience. I don't want to go to the gym. And I said, well, if you really want to go, I will go with you, and I'm no expert, but I have some experience, and I'll help you get just like a basic
Just get
thing.
started.
Yeah. So they came in, and they showed up at the gym in a pair of running shoes. And I was like, no. We don't want to wear running shoes while we lift weights. And it's funny. We've been friends long enough that they didn't believe me. So it was just like, whatever.
Thought you were teasing?
Running shoes, these are perfect. They're for working out. And so we did. And I finally got them yesterday. They kept talking about how much they hated squatting. They always felt like they were going to fall forward. And I finally was like, all right, would you please look at your shoe? What does your shoe look like? It's a heel that is really thick at the back and really thin at the front. What is it doing? It's pushing you forward. That's why you feel like you're going to fall. No, it's not the shoe. It's not the shoe. But finally at the end, I was like, look, give me like 2 reps, no shoes, and tell me how you feel. And they were like, this is amazing.
They believed you then.
Like once they got in there, took their shoes off and like were flat footed there, it was just like, oh, this is easy. I'm like, yeah, that is actually the most natural way for you to push like that. No shoes. That's completely natural. The way we've been doing it is unnatural because it's like you were putting all this weight on your back and someone was pushing you forward just a little bit, but it was enough. Once you take those shoes off, you found this different way to do things. And I've been thinking about that a lot over the last 18 hours because, I get in here every morning. I talk to you guys about God and who he is and all this stuff. And you're like, man, come on. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, this tiny little change can make an enormous difference. Because right now you're trying to pick up the day-to-day weight that is living and life. And you're doing it on some support system that is pitching you forward in an odd way that is making it very unnatural. God actually wants to show you a way to live and a way to do things. And you'll go, wait a minute, this shouldn't be this easy like this. And I'm not saying everything's going to be easy. But what I'm saying is all of a sudden, some things that weren't working, they're going to fall into place and work. I'm not saying that the weight's going to go away. No, I'm sorry. The weight could even at times be heavier, but your movement is going to be more natural. You're going to be able to handle it in a way that you couldn't handle it before. Has anything changed? Just your support system. That's the only thing that's changed. And yet it makes all the difference. Look, if you don't have a relationship with God, you can be like my friend that's like, shut up, I'm going to wear these running shoes. Or you could trust me just a hair and make a little change and invite God into your life and see what difference it makes. Just say, Jesus, I want that. I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I'm ready to take these supports off and do things your way. So show me exactly what that means and how to do it. Hey, I'm telling you, you're going to notice some things that are going to be different. Talk to God today about whatever weight it is you're carrying around. Let him show you what to do with it.
The Riot really wanted to do this live, but now they can play video games and eat rice cakes instead. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki.
Yeah.
Can we stop acting like the elephant in the room is not here?
What's the elephant in the room?
These Kit Kats.
Oh, are you going to... I wanted to save it for maybe Monday.
Couldn't we just have one, though?
No, you can absolutely have whatever you want.
Okay, so which
but
one?
I don't think we should do...
You're going to have one, too.
We're not... I don't want to do a food fight.
No, not a food fight.
Jen was so sweet. She sent us a box of a huge amount of candies from South Korea, where she's at currently, and most of it is different flavors of Kit Kats. But yeah, absolutely, you should have one.
Purple... Oh, finally I found it.
It's yams, isn't it?
Purple sweet potato.
Sweet potato. That's it, sweet potato.
Okay, so look, we've got peach mint.
It's an odd combination.
Purple sweet potato, which sounds like a euphemism. These, which seem to be like almond and some kind of a berry. There's raspberries, but then there's something else on there. Do you recognize what that is?
That's an almond. Yeah.
No, this thing. The red ball, but it's fruit.
Is it a cranberry?
Is it? Maybe it is.
Yeah.
That's a strong contender. Lemon, which no one wants.
Well, easy there.
And what do you think that is?
That is, it's got a bear on it, though.
Zero Farmers, the Kumamoto Project.
Looks like some...
Have a Break, Have a Kit Kat.
Is it like a breaded treat with red bean on top, covered with white chocolate?
Yeah.
It must be something there.
Okay, so what do you think?
I don't know. I think you should try whatever.
Let's go with the mint. Are you going to eat one?
No, not right now. I might have one later. I want to have one Monday. I want to have a big Kit Kat party on Monday. I'm not prepared for it. You just have one, though, with coffee.
Are you out of your
mind? Correct.
You know what this is? fine.
Are you not going to have? Are you going to have one?
Peach mint.
Peach mint. You want to try?
That's not what this is. Where'd the peach mint go? Hey, listen. I don't want to hear about it. Here we go. Oh, this is a premium. It says premium peach mint.
Is it?
Yeah,
that's a different flavor. I wouldn't think that would work. Is it white chocolate?
Yeah. I don't really like peach, but I love mint. So let's just.
Is it mint? Are we for sure? That sounds like an iced tea flavor.
It says it right there on the thing. It just smells like white chocolate.
Mm-hmm. You might probably get mostly that flavor. And
that's good.
Is it peachy? Is it minty? Is it white chocolatey?
I'm not sure that I would grab the peach flavor if you hadn't told me it was there.
But the mint's there?
The white chocolate and yeah, the peach hits later, but it's mostly mint and white chocolate.
The one thing that you'd be disappointed with if you've never had Kit Kats from other countries is our Kit Kats are generously sized. They're not the biggest, though. We've had Kit Kats from New Zealand and Canada, where they're like super, super big ones. But the Kit Kats that come out of Japan and South Korea and China, they're very, very small.
I'd say that's 1.5 inches.
They're snack size. They're tiny. They're in bags. There's just not a lot to them.
I can't believe that I have Kit Kats from Japan in here.
From South Korea?
I think this one's Japanese.
Yeah. Maybe she went to Japan.
Well, I don't know. But you are right, though. She said South Korea. I just know that's Japanese writing.
Sure. On Monday, the plan is we will really get into this box of treats. So by then, we'll understand the flavors a little bit more, and we'll do a Riot food fight then.
Thank you, Jenny. As Nikki said, we're going to wait a little bit, but somebody couldn't wait, and that's me.
Someone's already opened them up.
Hey, so what do you think of Obadiah?
The truth is, he's not a very nice person.
Okay, well, what about Nikki?
The very best there is.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
I'd call it a beef, but it's really about chicken. You will see that yesterday afternoon, Hudson, that guy.
Our Hudson from the afternoons at Radio U.
He was trying to get Nikki and I to try the new Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Well, when I saw that he tagged us, I was like, well, why wouldn't we want to try it? Like, and then I knew that a couple of days ago, it had been trending that, Wendy's, Popeyes, and Chick-fil-A had all been like in a online discussion thing about who has the best chicken sandwich and all that.
Well, here's what I'm looking at right now. Popeyes apparently unveiled its first ever fried chicken sandwich last week.
Yeah.
So it's brand new. They've
never had one before.
That I did not know. I thought they had one the entire time. And so it's been selling out at lots of different Popeyes locations.
I watched this viral video. This lady yesterday, she's screaming at them because they don't have it. And the guy, they're just yelling at each other.
Well, I mean, in fairness, they didn't have it, but you got to understand they run out of chicken.
She was handling it wrong.
Was she?
Yeah, not the worker, but the actual person trying to buy the chicken sandwich.
Says the person with all the chicken they ever wanted.
Yeah, true.
You don't know what it's like to be in a situation where you want the chicken, but you can't have the chicken.
And you just don't have a chance because they're out of it. You got to be able to handle it, though.
So apparently Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, and Popeyes are having their Twitter beef over the chicken.
Yeah.
About who has the best chicken sandwich.
So did Hudson tag us just because he actually wants us to try the Popeyes chicken sandwich, or what was the point?
I mean...
Is it too spicy? Is there drama around the taste of it, or is it really just wanting us to try it?
They say it's so good.
Super good?
Which is a lie because it's Popeyes. So just...
Popeyes is not the worst.
The best.
It's not the worst. Don't they have something on their fries? Because every time I get something, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. And then I just remember they put some sort of seasoning on their stuff.
I don't know. I mean, I would be game for trying the Popeyes chicken sandwich because I believe in dead chicken. I believe in eating it.
We like fried chicken probably the most. We like chicken tenders, all that. But the only time I ever go to Popeyes is when we leave. If we go down to Spirit Song, which is at Kings Island, there's a Popeyes right at that exit. And that's the only other time I've ever gone there.
I've gone a couple times. You know what? I'm bitter because there was this one time I had no money and I found $5 and I was hungry and I went to Popeyes and I got some chicken and it was the worst food ever. And ever since then, I've just been like, you know what, Popeyes? No. No.
No way.
No.
All right. Well, thank you, Hudson, for including us in that yesterday, and maybe I guess we will try it.
Do you want to? Maybe we should take a little drive.
Well, we have a lot on the possible Riot Skips work list.
Oh my gosh, the list is ridiculous.
And we haven't really crossed off any. We haven't been doing any.
Yeah. We should, you know what we should do? We should go today. Let's just go drive and find something to eat.
That's exactly what we always say, and then we never end up doing it. But we'll.
Oh, really? Like the time last week when I made you get the Reese's donuts?
That was the week before.
Okay, fine. So what? You want me to make you do something again today?
Not really. I just wish it was like they were open earlier.
Oh my gosh.
We could do it before the show.
Using advanced technology, we've digitized and transcoded Obadiah and Nikki into a purely digital format. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So did you hear the one about the baby that was born in the Uber?
In the Uber?
Yeah.
No, were they going to the hospital or something?
Some police in Mexico City helped to deliver a baby boy that...
shall be called Uber from now on.
She went into labor on her way to the hospital.
Aww.
And so that's what ended up happening there. Here's what I would like to know. A couple things. First off, did she get charged the cleaning fee? That's
a good question, because that's been a trap sometimes. If you take Uber or Lyft, you might get a driver that tries to pull a cleaning fee on you, and in her case, she might actually have one.
Right. So
I'm not sure.
There's that. And then when they charge the cleaning fee, maybe did corporate cover it? Because,
Uber should do something. That. I mean, that's cute.
And then here's the question I need to ask you, Nikki. You have high standards in a lot of areas of your life. Do you feel like you would be willing to ride in the car that the baby was delivered in?
Well, yeah. If it was cleaned up and stuff. Like, is that messy? Was it messy in the car? Or?
So, I mean, I think about all of the things that happen during a live birth.
Sure.
It is.
Well, that's up to the guy with Uber who has to clean it. I feel like you need to take it someplace. Sometimes we try to
paper towels aren't going to do it.
Well, sometimes we try to save a little bit of money and we're like, oh, I'll vacuum it out myself. When really you need to go to the professionals to clean it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking super, super expensive, but you're going to spend a little bit of money to get it cleaned.
Okay. So what if, okay.
And it's not like they're going to tell you every time you get in.
That actually is the question I wanted to ask. I hadn't really phrased it yet. Do you feel like you need full disclosure for an Uber?
No. If someone died in it, maybe. But
okay. So if somebody's born in it, that's fine. But if somebody dies in it, that's not okay.
That's the part that bothers me more.
What if somebody throws up?
No, that happens. I mean, I'm sure in a lot of Ubers.
So you're fine with that?
Well, I mean, I don't know how to tell unless you get in and you're like, oh, you obviously haven't cleaned it enough.
Maybe they do something like, how in fighter planes shoot down other planes, they like put a little symbol on each one.
You can tell someone threw up in here.
You pull up, the Uber pulls up and it's like there's 3 vomiting faces and one little baby.
I can tell normally, like if you get in a car and there's too much compensation. So there's air fresheners and it's more than just trying to make it a pleasant ride experience. It's trying to cover something up.
Yeah. Okay.
But otherwise, you just don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
You don't. You don't know that this was the Uber that the baby was born in.
I don't use Uber very often, but the last time I did, I got in there and it smelled like sea breeze and he was playing the Titanic soundtrack.
He's trying to make a mood.
You're like, no, he wasn't. Yes, he was.
Some of them do that.
I don't.
They want you to get in there and have an experience and give them a better rating.
I just want
they want to have fun with it.
Get me there safely and don't stink. And technically, he did accomplish that.
The person did a good job. So the baby was born in the Uber, but no word on if Uber's doing anything with it, right?
No word, Nikki. But this should give you something to talk to your Uber driver about today.
Oh, that'll be a fun story.
Like, hey, excuse me, have there been any babies delivered in here? Well, I haven't been asked that question today. But you're obviously not a Riot listener. Let me help you.
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, I've been selling some of my Blu-rays.
You have been.
For $5 a piece.
So these are Blu-rays that you have 4Ks of already, so that's why you're selling the Blu-ray version?
In most cases, yeah. It's been fine.
And how many are left?
I have a few, 6 or 7. I sold all my Marvel ones, which is all anybody wants.
That's the first to go.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of Fast and Furious movies. Don't laugh. I bought them twice. And whatever, but
they look good.
It puts you in, but here's the thing is I was like, I can take that money and I can buy Godzilla when it comes out next week. Which is, if I want to get the 4K one, it's $30.
Oh, it's that much?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And here's the part that I think is really dumb and just goes to show you, there's an old, what's the old saying? Like, a dog returns to its vomit because it's not smart enough to know that's a bad idea. But I was thinking, let's see. I have these Blu-rays.
Yeah.
And I will have to sell 6 of them in order to buy one of these new ones, which I will later see depreciate 500 to 600%.
So you're saying, as someone who's selling movies, to turn around and then go buy another movie with the money you made, is maybe not learning your lesson.
That's what I'm saying, Nikki. I'm not learning my lesson.
Yeah, but it's the new Godzilla, and
they say it's a demo quality sound mix. They say it's really good.
Anyone else? Oh, someone else is excited about that. There's 1 or 2 out there.
Man, it did not do well at the box office this year.
It was a busy time.
It just didn't hit really well. And as much as I loved it, I can see why people didn't go back again and again. I didn't. I saw it one time and I was like, I'll just see it again on home video.
When you have it on 4K.
Yeah. So, but I was thinking, all right, what if you bought it and then I just took the 4K one for free?
Oh, we could share it?
Yeah.
I could
you buy it and then I just take the 4K part and I'll take the digital copy and you just keep the Blu-ray.
I don't want that. I only want the digital copy. I never buy discs anymore.
Yeah. So Jerome, Obadiah is using the GameStop method. Yes, that's right.
Pretty much.
You sell your $60 game back for $2.
and you are thankful for the $2.
You're so excited.
You could have gotten even less money out of it.
Oh, sad trombone. Sad trombone.
Well, I hope all your movies sell, and then next week you can get Godzilla. I really hope.
You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
No. You know what, though? But we support you no matter what you're doing. And no one's saying it's wrong.
Hey, dog returning to its vomit.
Is that the best way to put it?
I feel like it is.
Oh, but it's the 4K vomit. It's much clearer. It's better quality.
Dolby Atmos, Nikki.
The sound of the vomit is amazing.
You wouldn't believe the vomit if I told you.
So how could the dog not go back to that?
I'm ready for a break.
If you're looking for all the funny moments you missed during the riot, we apologize. You won't find them here. There weren't any. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Undeniably excited that college football is coming. That's happening next week.
Next weekend.
Hard to believe, but it's...
I bet you the games start... Is it on a Wednesday or a Thursday?
Yeah. For all I know, there's some weird game this weekend or something. But
the big ones start.
Yeah, the big ones will start next week, and probably a Wednesday or Thursday night game and stuff. Nikki's right. But in the middle of all of that, some of you are like, I don't care about college. I care about the NFL. Well, I'm excited about an opportunity for another option, another way to sound better than other football fans. I don't care about the NFL. I care about the XFL.
So track with me, though, what's the one was that arena football?
No, it was the American Football League.
The AFL?
But not the AFL, though. It was American Association of Football Leagues.
There was another indoor arena football league.
No, it wasn't indoor.
It wasn't indoor?
It was outdoor. There is arena football, but then they're All-America Football Conference?
Maybe that was it?
Was that it?
So there was another...
Alliance of American Football.
There was another one that was going on. That was confusing. We just kept hearing they needed money, things like that.
Yeah.
And then the XFL, is the XFL the one that had been around and then the wrestler thing bought?
Yep.
Okay.
That's right. Vince McMahon started the XFL back in 2000-something, and they literally, their idea was, we're going to bring the wrestling aesthetic to football.
The flair.
Yeah. And so one of their big things was we're going to take you, I remember these promos, we're going to take you into the cheerleaders' locker room. And you were just like...
A little tacky.
This is so tacky.
And wasn't it supposed to be... it was not running during NFL time because it was
after.
It was supposed to be a continuation where if you were a football fan, so you could have professional football. year-round.
Professional-like.
Yeah,
football.
so that's what the XFL has been. It's returning.
I love that so much.
And so they unveiled some of the stuff with the XFL, with the newly announced stuff.
Right. There's going to be 8 teams, and we've got logos and names for those teams. You've got the Dallas Renegades, oh boy, now this is so small I can't see it. Hang on.
The Houston Roughnecks.
Okay, Houston. The LA Wildcats.
The Los Angeles Wildcats will be one.
The New
York Guardians.
The St. Louis Battlehawks.
The Seattle Dragons.
Tampa Bay Vipers.
And I think that might be it.
DC Defenders.
That's all 8 of the teams.
Which sounds like superheroes, actually.
These all have like that extreme with an X sort of names.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the 2020 season for the XFL. They announced the names and the logos for them.
Yes, for the teams. So, this is going to give you a chance to really...
If you like football, I bet you're excited.
You know what? To be completely honest, I'm just curious to see what does it all look like? What are the production packages look like? Who do they have calling these games? Stuff like that.
So the commissioner is Commissioner Oliver Luck,
Stone?
which is a former NFL quarterback.
Okay.
And he'll be more of the front-facing guy if you follow the league that you'll see. Vince McMahon will be more behind the scenes.
Uh-huh.
They say Oliver and I share the same vision and passion for reimagining the game of football.
Well, and the idea here, too, is whereas the XFL, they originally, however long ago that was, they're we're bringing that WWE aesthetic. Now they're we're going to make a family football league that believes in America.
Well, they're trying to see what people want.
Yeah.
And this was mostly dreamed up they were going to come back when the kneeling stuff happened.
Yes,
that was the whole reason why they're here's another alternative that you can have.
Here's a football league that cares about the United States and stuff. So whatever that ends up looking like.
This was the worst of the riots, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
If we were going to say something about maturity, we'd need to take all our clothes off first.